Norma's about to get on her full English interview.
My full English interview?
A friend of mine's eating a full English breakfast. You're having a full English interview.
We're doing that because we're talking about the Titanic. 15 years after it was released in theaters, becoming the highest grossing film of all time and winning 11 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director. Titanic makes its return to the big screen. It made its return in 3D earlier this month. We spoke with actor Zane, who you recall, he was the villain of the film. Take a look at him now. You've played so many roles over the years, but your role in Titanic, I think people, they just remember you were so good at being the bad guy.
It's funny, you play one villain, kind of well, maybe he's at sea, and they keep coming back to you with these characters.
Yeah.
So, all I could try to do is mine a little understanding and not sympathy per se, just a little understanding and inject a little humor in there.
Yeah, well, again, this is Titanic is out now. It's being re-released in 3D, and people are. I guess this is, if there's a film to do it with, it's this one, just because of the imagery is so rich and lush, and I think that's what I remember from the first time I saw the movie, was just how beautifully recreated the people who created the set. And the attention to detail.
Well, it was, it does definitely lend itself to the 3D process, the way it was shot, the scope, the depth of the frame, the many layers of action going on, as opposed to, some quick cutting and solely based action movies. It could be a little dizzying in 3D. This really, really lends itself to it. And I was amazed to find how engrossed I was in the nuances of the performances of the entire cast. Certainly the climax is exciting, but it was I found myself somehow more engrossed in what was in the inner life of the characters, whereby the third dimension was an internal one. Mm-hmm. It was really neat.
And to think that this movie, and it's so well, and it classified it so well, as the classes that people lived in at the time, and how that was an accepted part of society, that that there was an upper class, that there was a second class, a third class, and that people adhered to that. And then of course you've got these characters who Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet don't want to adhere to that society and don't want to adhere to those rules, and so it just really brought to life that aspect of life during that time.
It did definitely carry the age and shined a light on the hubris and the shortcomings of the time, and the men and women who defined it, which is why I think it really is so significant and really strikes a chord with everyone. May we learn from our mistakes, hopefully,
yeah. And
about the enduring, power of love, a classic story point that hopefully will never fade.
Yeah, and have you seen yourself? I mean, were you a little worried about the re-release of this film and how you would look? You as a character on screen in a different way.
A little bit. I know what I look like in 3D, and I thought, my God, will that be a little invasive? It suddenly makes everyone an aesthetician. Like, a little too close.
Yeah. You're really up in my face. Please don't do that.
But it's quite stunning. The movie was beautiful to begin with, beautifully shot by Russell Carpenter, and now with the separation and the digital remastering, it's even that much more exquisite. Not only the faces, but the setting, the beautiful quality of that still, placid night. The lovely image of the colors of the ship itself was like a giant tuxedo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just made the horrors of that evening that much more poignant against such exquisite beauty. It's not like it was a raging storm outside.
Right. It was a quiet, still night.
Picturesque evenings you could imagine.
What's next for you, Billy? What's next for you?
I'm directing a film that I developed, a Western called Son of a Gun, that I'm very excited by, that I'm also starring in. And I'm doing an event. It was interesting. During the filming of the movie, I started a career as an abstract painter, as an artist, during a lot of my off time on this set. Oh. And I've started showing in the last 2 years. And I'm doing an exhibition for an organization called the Cancer Support Community, which is celebrating its 30th anniversary on the 18th of May. and we're doing an auction of paintings. I'm doing a joint show with a 4-time cancer survivor, wonderful artist named Janet Roberts, who asked me to join her in this effort. And so that's coming up next month, and I'm in pre-production for my, my kind of John Ford homage.
Yeah, I love it. An actor with a second life and with other interests too, which is it's wonderful to see. And we wish you the best of luck with your
Thank you so much.
your career as an artist in I guess every aspect, every medium. So
Very kind. Thank
good
you.
luck to you. And again, the don't miss Titanic, the re-release. I cannot wait to see this one. I was in the theaters when it came out the first time. I'll be in there to see it again. Thanks so much, Billy.
Enjoy. Cheers, dude. Thank you.
Our local headlines next. Did a nice job with his British accent in the film.
He did.
Didn't
Not
you?
bad.
Don't you
Not
think?
bad.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was pretty good. I like the hat. The Argyle was very nice.
You could teach him a thing or two about a good British accent.
I'm not going there, brother.